Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. Got the public betting guide for MLB today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Big slate here, starting with the Tigers and Twins. 94% of the money on the Twins minus 1.5, 58% of the money on the over 9, then 70% of the money on the Tigers money line. Orioles and Cubs, 58% of the money on the Orioles plus 1.5, 86% of the money on the under 7.5, and then 51% of the money on the Orioles money line. Marlins and Nationals, 69% of the money on the Marlins minus 1.5, 80% of the money on the under 9, and then 72% of the money on the Nationals money line. No info on the Blue Jays and Rangers here. Phillies and A's, 92% of the bets are on the Phillies minus 1.5, 80% of the money on the over 9.5, and then 61% of the money on the Phillies money line. Angels and Royals, 58% of the money on the Royals plus 1.5, 88% of the money on the over 10, and 77% of the money on the Angels money line. Cardinals and Mets, 96% of the money on the Mets minus 1.5, 78% of the money on the over 9, and then 84% of the money on the Mets money line. White Sox and Mariners, 68% of the bets are on the Mariners minus 1.5, 93% of the money on the under 7, and then 61% of the money on the Mariners money line. Pirates and Brewers, 51% of the bets are on the Brewers plus 1.5, 76% of the money on the under 8.5, and then 93% of the money on the Brewers money line. Rockies and Braves, 72% of the money on the Braves minus 1.5, 85% of the money on the over 10, and then 87% of the money on the Braves money line. Reds and Astros, 90% of the money on the Reds plus 1.5, 91% of the money on the over 8.5, and then 80% of the money on the Reds money line. Yankees and Red Sox, 85% of the bets are on the Red Sox minus 1.5, 86% of the money on the under 9, and then 77% of the money on the Red Sox money line. Rays and Padres, 97% of the money on the Padres minus 1.5, 82% of the money on the over 8.5, and then 81% of the money on the Padres money line. Giants and Dodgers, 89% of the bets are on the Dodgers minus 1.5, 96% of the money on the over 8.5, and then 65% of the money on the Giants money line. And then the Guardians and Diamondbacks, 95% of the money on the Diamondbacks plus 1.5, 51% of the money on the over 8.5, and then 64% of the money on the Diamondbacks money line. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.